Boom, boom, boom.
But first, we nap.
Let's play.
Okay, but first, we nap.
Let's play!
Okay, but first, we nap.
Boom, boom, boom.
Snore, snore, snore.
Toot, toot, toot.
Grunt, grunt, grunt.
Crash, crash, crash.
Sigh, sigh, sigh.
Pant, pant. Huh? Idea. Blow, blow. Big idea. Bang, pop, 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 bang, pop, pop, bang, pop, 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 bang, pop, pop, bang, bang, bang. Kaboom! Huh?
Let's play.
Yawn. Okay. But first, we nap.
Bear in underwear. Good night underwear. In a great green forest, there was a little cabin and a nice campsite and a campfire. And there were 7 friends in underwear. And 7 mats for sleeping there. And 7 pillows on the beds for 7 friends to rest their heads. And 7 flashlights on the ground for 7 friends circling round. And spray for ticks. And marshmallows on sticks. And a bear in underwear, good at tricks. Good night, pillow fight. Good night, mosquito bites. Ouch! Good night, frights. Good night, lights. Every friend is tucked in tight. It should be a quiet night. Hello, owls. Hoo, hoo, hoo. Hello, doves. Coo, coo, coo. Hello, mice running by. Hello, ouch, bug in the eye. Hello, lump under bear's back. Hello, frog in bear's sack. Hello, itches. Hello, twitches. Hello, dark shadows. And what's that sound?
Let's make a run for it!
Grab the stuff. Hello, scary thunder and rain pouring down. I'm soaked. Hello, dry cabin with friends together. Hello, safe from stormy weather. Good night, glitches. Good night, twitches. And lots of little itches. Good night, moon. Good night, raccoon. Good night, peepers. Good night, sleepers. Good night, little house. Good night, little mouse. Good night, dimming lights. Good night, nighttime frights. Good night to undies, mighty fine. They are drying on the line. Good night to an underwearing bear. Good night, underwear.
Before we sleep. As the season turned, the forest was dressed in new colors of rich amber, burned orange, and chestnut brown. Little Red the Fox was happy because now it would be much easier to hide. A fox would be hard to spy among the dried brown leaves, burgundy bushes, and coppery grasses. Only in the open meadow would Hazel the Dormouse be able to catch sight of Little Red. Little Red and Hazel spent hours and hours playing hide and seek together. The two friends loved jumping and rolling in the crisp, dried leaves. They loved the rustling sound. "The leaves are laughing with us," said Hazel joyfully. During these moments of happiness, the cold air hinted of the coming winter. Little Red felt a tinge of sadness. For Red, the smell of winter meant one thing: loneliness. Soon, Little Red's very best friend in the world would settle down in a warm burrow to hibernate. Hazel, perhaps this season you will sleep less, said Little Red hopefully, trying to sound cheerful. Little Red, I am no fox. I am a dormouse. I'd like to stay awake and keep you company, but you know, in the end, I must always sleep. So Little Red started to think of ways to keep Hazel from falling asleep. What if I could make the sun stay high? Then winter would not be so cold. What if I could ask the forest to hold its fruit? Then there would be food all winter long. What if I tickled Hazel to stay awake? Then we could play and play. The dormouse started to yawn. Ooh. Hazel, I want us to stay together forever, pleaded the friend. Little Red, I promise, when the winter gives way to spring, I will be here for you, and we will play again. I know, Hazel, but before you sleep, may I tell you a story? Why, yes. Oh, as long as it is short, replied Hazel sleepily, with head nodding and eyes closing. So Little Red curled up on the forest floor, and Hazel nestled into the soft, warm tail to listen. But before a word of the story was spoken, the two friends had fallen fast asleep together.
Monster, be good. Don't be scared. You are in charge of the monsters. If you tell them how to behave, they will listen. If a monster is noisy, whisper in its ear. Be quiet. If a monster is hungry, give it a fork and a spoon and say, chew your food. If a monster is selfish, say, take turns. If a monster is mean, walk away and say, goodbye. If a monster scares you, scare it back and say, boo! If a monster makes a mess, say, clean up. If a monster is wild, give it a timeout and say, sit still. If a monster is tired and grumpy, send it to bed and say, go to sleep. And if the monster asks nicely, kiss it and say, good night.
I'll love you for always. Do you like letters, little one? And envelopes to read? With notes and stamps from places fun, like cities or the sea. Then look up to the sky, up high, and squint your eyes to see. The love note birds are on their way with words to you from me. Their wings are strong, their flight is swift, their plumes a brilliant hue, and nothing stops their airborne gift. My loving words to you. You could be in a towering grove and feeling lost and small. But through the trunks, we'll weave and wove to tell you to stand tall. You could be on a ship at sea where waves are fierce and fast. Swifter still my words will be. You're strong and you'll outlast. Or what about a candy bay where sugar seagulls call? That's sweet, but I will say, you're sweeter than it all. Or if you're on a mountainside and climbing for the top. I'll cheer you on through every stride. You can. Don't ever stop. And what about an inky blue and night comes where you are? Can lovebirds find their way to you? Yes, and give a guiding star. Oh, dearest one, it's hard to tell you everything you'll need. Here, at least, you have my love to read and read and read. Where'er you go, whate'er you do, have peace, be calm, be still. My love will keep surrounding you. It does. It always will.
Made for Me by Zach Bush. Illustrations by Gregorio de Laurentiis. On the day you were born, I beamed with pride. My eyes filled with tears. I joyfully cried. From the moment I saw you and called out your name, the world as I knew it was never the same. I held you so gently up close to my chest, nestled so cozy. This day was the best. My new role in life had just now begun. Your life's greatest treasure, my dear little one. Of all the children that ever could be, you are the one made just for me. Awed and amazed, this was only the start. From your hands to your feet, I loved every part. Your mouth, your ears, and even your nose, your chubby cheeks, and your wiggly toes. I'll never forget your sweet little grin, your soft, tiny hands, your smooth, rounded chin. I cherished each moment you looked in my eyes. I stood by your side through laughter and cries. Of all the children that ever could be, you are the one made just for me. You crawled through the house and began to explore. You peeked behind curtains and in every drawer. With amazement and wonder, and never too serious, you'd babble and giggle, always so curious. With comfort, I calmed you and came to your aid, always together, so you weren't afraid. morning, I'd wake so excited for you to discover the world and try something new. Of all the children that ever could be, you are the one made just for me. You stood, then fell, but learned how to walk. You said mama and dada and started to talk. You laughed with delight as you slid at the park and clapped the first time you heard a dog bark. You loved to bang pots and put on a show. You, my sweet child, were beginning to grow. I rocked you to sleep in a cradle so tight. I melted when you first kissed me goodnight. Of all the children that ever could be, you are the one made just for me. A trip to the beach set the wheels in motion. You built a sandcastle, took a dip in the ocean. I saved the first curl that was snipped from your head. I watched as you climbed into your new big bed. You played in the park, swung a bat, tossed a ball, spent summers poolside, raked leaves in the fall. You rolled in the grass, stared at clouds up above. I watched you being you, and it's you that I love. Of all the children that ever could be, you are the one made just for me. From the day you were born, so cute, so clever, you're one of a kind, and I'll love you forever. It's now time to sleep. Rest your beautiful eyes. Soon, the dark night will turn to blue skies. Tucked in tight, it's my heart where you'll stay. Tomorrow, I'll love you even more than today. Of all the children that ever could be, you are the one made just for me.
It's a Firefly night. When the moon is high and the stars are bright, Daddy tells me it's a Firefly night. I hop off the porch. I feel the air warming my legs and messing my hair. Grass tickles my toes. I zipped through the yard, chasing fireflies. Gotcha! To put in my jar. Fireflies shimmer. One, 2, 3, 4, 5. My jar's like a light bulb that's just come alive. Fireflies glimmer, all of them glow. I race to show Daddy their dancing light show. Flickering quicker, they sparkle and shine. I love catching fireflies, but they are not mine. I take one gently out of the jar. My hand is a cage for one tiny star. Uncurling my hand, easy and slow, I whisper goodbye, then I let it go. Soon, many fireflies open their wings. They flitter and flutter, soar over my swings. Ten, 9, 8, 7, 6 drift through moonlight. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, blink in the night. We walk back to the house. I hold Daddy's hand tight. Will tomorrow, I ask, be a firefly night? On hot summer days, fireflies rest in tall grass or on the leaves of plants and trees. They like to fly around between dusk and midnight when the air is damp and cool. Fireflies range in size from 1/5 inch to 1 inch in length. Although commonly called a firefly or lightning bug, this insect is really a beetle. Fireflies need moist habitats. They are found around swampy and grassy areas, often at the edge of creeks, streams, and ponds. The firefly grows in stages, from egg to larva to adult insect. Some larvae give off light. When that happens, people call them glowworms. Because they live only 3 to 4 weeks, most adult fireflies do not eat. A female firefly will lay up to 500 eggs on the underside of leaves, in moss, or in water. Scientists believe fireflies light up in rhythmic patterns to attract mates or to warn one another about dangers. Farmers and gardeners love fireflies because the larvae eat many snails, slugs, and other pests. There are over 2,000 firefly species. The end.
The stick. Once there was a boy who had no toys to play with. The other children in the neighborhood had lots of toys. Every afternoon, the boy would go to the park, sit under a big tree, and watch the other children play. Sometimes they let the boy play with their toys. Sometimes not. This made the boy sad. One day, as the boy was sitting under the big tree in the park, he noticed a stick leaning against the trunk. He had never seen such an unusual stick. He picked it up. Suddenly, he was a pirate. Arrgh! Then a baseball player at bat. And then a knight on a steed. The boy noticed that there were words carved into the stick. He sang them like a song. Imagination lives in you. It's the fire in all you do. Use it well, and you can be anything you want to be. The boy carried the stick everywhere, and anywhere he was anything he wanted to be. At the beach, he was a fisherman. At the lake, he paddled a canoe. He was a hiker in the highlands, and his imagination grew. Time passed, and the boy grew up. With the stick's inspiration, he became everything he wanted to be. He took business trips and airplane rides. He sailed the seas on rising tides. He gave of his time. He gave of his wealth. He gave from his heart. He gave of himself. He built a house high on a hill, overlooking the valley where he had grown up. In the distance, he could see the park and the old tree where he used to sit. As the years passed, the boy became an old man. But each day, he took his stick with him to the park and sat on a bench near the tree where he had found the stick so long ago. He would sit for hours and watch the children play. All of the children seemed to have lots of toys to play with, except for one little girl. The little girl always sat under the old tree and watched the other children play with their toys. This made the old man sad. Early one morning, the old man walked to the park, but instead of sitting on the bench, he went over to the tree. He leaned the stick against its trunk, walked to his bench, and waited. Soon, the children arrived at the park with their toys. He waited to see if the little girl would show. He saw her walk slowly toward the tree. She peered down at the unusual stick leaning against its trunk. She picked up the stick, and suddenly, she was a princess. A fencer. Then a surfer riding a wave. She noticed that there were words carved into the stick, and as she danced away, she sang them like a song. Imagination lives in you. It's the fire in all you do. Use it well, and you can be anything you want to be. And the old man smiled and walked home.
Buzzy's Big Bedtime Book. Part 1. Bath Time. Night is coming. Bedtime's near. Daddy says,
Buzzy, bath time, dear.
the tub is filled, the water's fine. Daddy says,
Buzzy, wash up time. It feels good once you're in.
Daddy says,
Buzzy, lift your chin.
bath is ending, so is play. Daddy says,
Buzzy, put your boats away.
water's swirling.
Glug, glug, glug.
Daddy says,
Buzzy, give me the plug.
Buzzy's worried. What's he to do? Could the drain glug him too? Daddy says,
Buzzy, no need to frown. That drain could never suck you down.
Part 2. Bedtime. Good night. Sleep tight. I don't want to say good night. I'm not ready. Not ready? Why? I want to hear another story. No more stories. Good night. Sleep tight. I am turning off the light.
But I want a drink. No drink. Good night. Sleep tight. I am turning off the light. Where's Teddy? I need him. Teddy bear. All right. Now good night. Sleep tight. I am turning off the light. I need a hug and a goodnight kiss. A hug and kiss. All right. Now good night. Sleep tight. I am turning off the light. It's dark in here. I see a shadow. And it's moving. Daddy! Mommy! What's wrong, dear? I'm scared, Mommy. I need a nightlight. Nightlight. All right. Sleep tight. Now good night. I'm not scared. I'm all right. I'll sleep tight. Good night, Buzzy.
At the stroke of goodnight. A dreaming dog. A purring cat. A bird on a limb. A mouse on a mat. The evening glows in the twilight, and all is quiet at the stroke of goodnight. A creak on the stair. A drip in the sink. A foot on the floor. A glass with a clink. Everything's still and everything's right. And all is quiet at the stroke of goodnight. A crooning raccoon. A squirrel on the lawn. The faint rustle of leaves from the doe and her fawn. A little bear cub bathes in moonlight, and all is quiet at the stroke of goodnight. A calf in the barn. A sheep in her stall. A colt casts a shadow on the weathered wall. A hen warms her eggs. Rooster waits for first light. And all is quiet at the stroke of goodnight. But where is baby? With the colt? Or the cow? With the fawn? Or the sow? On the tractor? With a plow? There she is. A baby coos. A mommy sighs. Little one tucked in with dreams in her eyes. A gentle hand turns out the light. And all is quiet at the stroke of goodnight.
If you don't have Vooks, what are you waiting for? It's a kid-safe, ad-free library full of storybooks that are brought to life. Ask your grown-up and start exploring more fun stories like these. Seriously, you have to check it out.
Thanks for watching. For more stories, try the Vooks app for free today.